Here, it is a very cold, snowy day here in the Ozark Mountains. I will show you what we have. We have had several inches of snowfall. Currently, we're about at 6 inches of snow, and it is still snowing outside. Let's go in and cook breakfast so we can get our day started. I have got biscuits that I've made in the oven. I am making homemade buttermilk biscuits and sausage gravy, so let's go check on it. All right, the sausage is done. Let's check the oven. Biscuits are looking good.
There's more than 6 inches now.
Hey guys, it has been a very eventful day today with all the snow. Mainly we just went to town, got some of our hay, and then brought back here to feed the cattle on this farm and the sheep. The cattle at the other farm we cannot get to. They've got 9 to 10 inches of snow from what I understand. It's a little bit further south. It's where we used to live, where the house burned. So from what I understand, it's very dangerous to get out there because of all the hills that we have to travel up and down. So we fed them extra hay yesterday. We put out 4 times the amount of hay that they needed so that everything could be fed, and that we'll be able to get to them tomorrow. The temperature is going to warm up, so I feel a little bit more confident that we could get out there. So we are in the house. We've enjoyed the snow. It was pretty, but we are sure ready for it to go. And you will know, as if any of y'all are farmers, what a detriment the snow is to livestock. The ponds freeze over and it just blankets that with snow. The cattle cannot tell the difference between what is ground and what is water, and they have the potential to walk out on it and fall through. And if they fall through it, then it is a major problem and they actually have to be drug out. And if we don't know about it, they're likely to freeze to death. So my husband has gone back out to check on the livestock and check on the ponds to make sure that everything is safe. And he will do that one more time before he goes to bed tonight. And then he'll be back up early in the morning just to check on things. But hopefully everything is fine. We do not feed them down at the pond. That way they have to walk down there to get something to drink and they have to come back to the hay. Lots of strategies that have to be used to prevent animal loss. And tonight it's going to dip down to 16 degrees, so we don't want anything getting down. So we're back in the kitchen and it's time to make supper. I really don't know what you want to call this meal. I'm doing like a casserole, and I'm going to call it cheesy hamburger and potatoes. I've never made this before. I am just got a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to throw it together in a casserole dish. I got some ricotta cheese. So anyways, I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. On the stove here, I've got my hamburger meat and my onions cooking together. The oven preheated to 350 degrees. And I also have my potatoes that are already pre-cut. And I'm just probably going to do a little bit of just a layering effect here. Put some potatoes down, put my hamburger on it, and then put the ricotta on it. So I'm just going to try to keep it simple. I'll bring you back here in just a moment. All right, so that big glass dish I had was too big for this dish. So I got out my small square one and I've just lined it with some potatoes. And I'm just going to take some of my mixture, just sprinkle it over this, and then do the same with my ricotta, sprinkle over it. And this is going to be just a super simple meal tonight. We could eat some side of beets, or I've got a salad, so we'll probably do that. I'll bring you back in just a moment. Alright, so put my ricotta in there. I'm going to put the rest of my potatoes over the top of it. I have a few little onions that didn't get in the pan, so I'm just going to put those on there right quick. The rest of the hamburger meat. More of the ricotta. One other thing I think I'm going to add to this is I have some puff pastry that I picked up, and we're going to just lay this on top of this. I'll probably have to cover it because I don't want it to burn. I'm just going to kind of stretch it and make it fit. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a little bit of everything. I am going to put a little bit of Duke's mayo. This is my favorite mayo. And I'm just going to spread it right on top of it, just like you would use it on a sandwich spread. Remember, mayonnaise is nothing more but eggs and oil. So this added a nice little crust to it. I have some leftover Fiesta blend, and we are just going to put right over the top of this. I guess you would say I'm just kind of cleaning out my refrigerator. We'll just see how this comes out. And then lastly, this was in my pantry, and I need to use them up, but I have some of your French's crispy onions, and we're just going to put it right over the top. Alright, let's slide this in the oven. Now, if this top gets to browning a lot, I will need to put foil on it because those potatoes are not going to be cooked. And I have just enough pastry left over that I am going to make 2 little hand pies and put those in the oven. I've got a can of cherry pie filling, so we are going to use that tonight. Now, these are not like my ordinary hand pies I make. I do have a video for making hand pies, but we are just using what we have left over. I need to make some more hand pies. They are definitely a family favorite. But I will not be deep frying these tonight. We are just going to put them in the oven and let them bake. If you want to put a nice decorative edge on these, you can. Won't be necessary, but I think I'll go ahead and do it anyways. And because I am cooking these in the oven, I do want to put some vent holes in them. I'll slide these on a sheet and put those in the oven. Clean the pan, because chances are that these are going to overflow from the cherries and the slit in the top. All right. Whoop. All right, so we've got the meal out of the oven. Here's my little cherry turnovers, and here is our little casserole dish that I made up. So here it is all together. We've got a side salad along with the puff pastry, potatoes and meat, ricotta cheese, and onions.